Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and I'm here with more Path of Radiance reverse recruitment, which of course means I've got Jacob casually with me. And I'm Doyle Danny. We're all reversed here. Do you think we do the... I like this pairing, right?
Yeah, I think this is the Oscar Ike support.
It is Oscar Ike, but unlike Oscar Ike, these are both units I plan on using, like on the front lines. And I also like Joffrey Khalil or Joffrey and Lincia together. Like, I don't know.
Me too.
I know Lincia, I know like Gay Lincia is a thing people have a lot of feelings about, but I like Joffrey Lincia.
Me too.
As well. She can be bi.
I always get that pairing.
But then yes, Double Earth. Like, I think Double Earth is a little bit overrated, but it will be useful on two frontline units. Even though Lincia is like a little bit not super bulky. Yeah. I could give her the robe. Is something I could give her. But I've thought about also potentially, like, 16 magic is fucking absurd. I've thought about
super pouring into Khalil.
How funny it would be to just give Khalil both of these boosters.
It would be pretty funny.
It would be. Let's start by experience.
Right, we gotta fix people.
We could dump into Tanith for like Super Flyer. We could dump into Joffrey for Super Cav. I genuinely think, like, so I'm not a fan of Super Sage. I think that it's a bad choice. I've talked about this before. Like, mages are not very good in the Tellius games, especially Path of Radiance. They're more useful in Radiant Dawn, but they're still limited there. But especially Path of Radiance, like, there's just not that many situations where you care about actually hitting on resistance, and everything else mages have holds them back. But 16 is a very high number.
It is a pretty big number.
Her defense of 2 is the thing that, like, makes me really sad.
Remind me, before we Bex dump, and just in case, I don't know if you have a target for this yet, but did we get a Paragon Scroll? Because Jeffrey didn't start with it?
Oh!
I guess we didn't. I thought we had a Paragon Scroll.
I thought so too. I could have sworn. He didn't
start with Paragon. Maybe we started with a different scroll.
I could have sworn we got Paragon at some point, yeah. He started with Savior Scroll. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. It's been a little bit since we've been able to record, so we're trying to remember stuff.
Yeah, we have Savior, Renewal.
Maybe I was thinking of him having Miracle, because in my mind, I was like, oh, look, it's Finn. But... oh, wait, you get Miracle from the chest. That's right.
Yeah, we get Miracle from the chest.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking of Savior. Oh, well, I was thinking about, because, like, if you're about to Bex Dumper, like, you might as well... if you're thinking about doing Super Sage, you might as well give her Paragon first to double the bonus experience.
Yeah, so the options are, I've got 14 levels I could give. I could also just, like, insta-promote Tanith. And, like, that feels really good, too. Especially because, so we're not going to be able to get a ton of experience on this map. Normally, you can get a ton of Bex by undeploying people in this map, but because of Valencia being a flyer, she can't be rescued, and she takes effective damage from the archers, so I kind of have to play this map honestly.
We could always, like, top off some of our units, just so... I just like round numbers, so that's what I usually do with my bonus experience, but that's also just because I like round numbers.
Khalil just having such low bulk makes me feel like Super Sage, as funny as the big number is, I think she's better as a glass cannon. I think I'm going to go Super Tanith. Cool.
Does that mean you're going to give the robe to Alencia instead, since she's going to be up on the front lines?
I want to see what Tanith looks like after all of this experience first.
Cool.
But... probably either Tanith or Alencia. Probably either Tanith or Alencia. On the topic of Tanith... Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think the Angel Robe's going to do a whole lot for Khalil, because you're not going to want her to see, like, combat anyways.
Yeah, the Speed Wings pushing her from 11 to 13 might let her hit some thresholds sooner. I don't know. But definitely, like, she's definitely not bulky enough to frontline. Tanith, please get defense. Please get defense.
Please.
Like, 10 defense is serviceable, but I would like more. She might end up needing to get the robe if she's not getting she's not getting defense.
Ooh. You know, since we're just Bexping her up, let's. Hey Vale, what is Tanith's defense growth?
Oh, she got a point of defense.
Oh, there we go. She got it. FE9 unit. Tanith. She has a 25% defense growth.
She got it again. It's evening out. She's also getting magic, which brings me to the other thing I was thinking about. I know I'm gonna get some people very upset about this, but I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. Because I went on vacation in between Chapter 7 and this, so we haven't recorded for a while. I've been thinking for a couple of weeks. I think I'm going to remove Reinforce from Tanith. Now Reinforce is very strong. I think it's an overrated part of her kit, but it is still definitely strong.
Same.
Especially in Maniac mode, where they get Maniac bonuses and they end up stronger than her. Those yellow units are useful, and there's situations even on hard mode where the yellow units are useful. Especially if you care about, like, routing the wall map, right? Like, leaving them behind for the reinforcements. But she can't use Reinforce until she would join anyway, which means that she ends up being a unit with no skills when I've got a ton of skill scrolls to give out.
We have so many scrolls to mess with.
So what I could do instead is remove that, and then she's a physical unit with a decent magic stat. We have, I'll show it off here. Where is it? We have Renewal, and that's 15 capacity. That would fill her up. And because, so like Paladins get Soul, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is supplements their bulk, but Pegs and Wyverns don't get something like that. Renewal, oh, that's a set number. Oh, what is the one that...
I was actually just,
it's
you're
like
thinking of Radiant Dawn Imbue.
Imbue.
That restores HP equal to your magic every turn.
Are there... Because the thing is, I don't want to remove it unless there are skills that look like they would be useful to her. Savior, potentially, but, like, since she can't rescue Alincia... Our uses for Savior are limited, because we can't rescue Alincia to get her to the, like, siege points earlier.
So how much HP does Tanith have right now?
31.
So Renewal restores a 10th of your HP, so she would get 3
okay, so
HP
Renewal
every turn.
is not worth it for her. Yeah, Renewal is not really worth it for any of my units. A 10th is so little!
A 10th is so little HP. Even if you're capped out at 60, that's 6 HP every turn.
I don't think that Adept is worth getting rid of Reinforce for.
Yeah.
And I don't think Savior is necessarily either yet.
Nah.
Because there's no big maps where Savior would be super helpful right now.
Because we're gonna get Har fairly soon as well. We
already got Har. Har is Shannon.
Oh, right.
So we won't be getting Har for a while.
I forgot Har was Shannon. I was wondering why we didn't have him yet.
Okay, we could give Savior to Alincia. She does have that in vanilla, right?
She has Renewal in vanilla.
I'm not giving her that.
If we don't have an immediate need for Savior, we can just hold on to it for a sec until we see, like, oh, I want to do a rescue. I want to do a rescue shenanigans in this map.
I don't see. What is Adept speed percent or skill percent?
Skill percent. Adept Sage is... You could do the funny, like, Adept Vantage build on Khalil, I guess.
Yeah. The thing is that... So, I like that on Sorin, either in Maniac mode because of the crits, or on hard mode because of the avoid. But I don't think Khalil has the speed to pull that off.
No.
I think I am going to grab the robe for Alincia.
Yeah, I don't think the robe is going to be doing you much good on her.
Does Joffrey 13 to 15 or 11 to 13? I think I'd rather... Yeah, we can check benchmarks. I don't know that, as excited as I was to give everyone skills, I don't know that there's any skills to give.
Yeah, the only ones I can think of are, we can always also see who Ileana's about to be.
It's Devdon.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
I also really don't want to use Devdon. I think he's a decent unit in vanilla, but it's just his design is really gross.
Totally fair.
So provoke. None of these are cool skills. I want to give Adept to someone, but I want to leave soul capacity for Joffrey. So anything we give Joffrey, we would remove from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds cool to get Savior early, but then it turns out all of my early units are mounts. Or shit. So, I don't know.
Even if you're not doing, like, Vantage strats, even just a chance to attack again with Khalil, with that giant 16 magic, could be nice.
Yeah. Oh, she can't
Unless
fit it unless I get out of Nihil, but Nihil's kind of useless.
Yeah, there's only, like... I can only think of, like, 1 or 2 times where Nihil has ever mattered.
And it's, like, on the final map, so it's the same logic as Reinforce. Alright, I think we give Adept to Khalil, and we'll give her Vantage when we get Vantage as well. We'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll make her into Trans Soren. And everyone else, well, we can remove Corrosion, because it actively hurts you, because it can break,
weapons,
like, droppable weapons.
Or whatever.
I think, like, the amount that it hurts you is exaggerated, but I think it's never gonna add anything, so I might as well remove it, even if it has, like, a 1% chance to hurt me.
Yeah, it's one of those skills that, like, it's annoying on the enemy, but it just doesn't do anything for the player.
Yeah.
Oh, we can forge stuff.
Yeah, we can forge... I think we forge a lance, probably, because we have 2 good lance users.
Yeah, we're probably gonna want some good lances.
We could forge a sword for Alincia, actually. Just because, like, it'll help make up for her not great strength.
Yeah, how much might can we give it versus, like, what a Regal Sword would be?
Regal Sword is 7 might.
Okay.
But also, that's, like, super expensive right there. Maybe we just go lances.
Because if we're gonna forge up, like, a super sword, if we're only gonna forge up, like, an 8 might sword, we might as well just use the Regal Blade on her.
Yeah, we can go there. Lances are cheaper than swords to forge, for some reason. I think because they have higher might inherently. So we'll just do this.
Raleigh?
Lance.
Are we going with Jeffrey or Tenneth, you think?
I'm gonna give her Reinforce.
Just in case we have to get rid of it later.
Yeah, that way people can't get too mad at me.
Do we make it yellow
pink?
since it makes yellow units appear?
Oh, true. That's actually smart. Oh, but the yellow is so ugly. That's like the ugliest shade of orange I've ever seen. I'm keeping it pink.
Bad.
Where is she? Where is she? There we go. And then, I guess I could have also checked to see, like, what we can get in the armory.
We probably want to, like... Oh, we can probably sell stuff like Miracle.
Unless
you just... Wait. Unless you really want to give Miracle to someone.
I mean, it would be funny. It would be undeniably funny. We definitely sell Renewal, right? We definitely sell Renewal.
I don't think Renewal is ever going to come up.
It's so worthless. You're fucking kidding me!
Wow.
Okay, we can sell Nihil for 1,500. Like, that's so expensive.
I think Nihil's worth it.
I'll keep Miracle for funnies in case I want to do a funny.
The only time I ever use Nihil is if I'm going for a Black Knight fight, and I'll give it to Ike just so he doesn't get Luna'd.
Oh, true, true. I mean, I don't think Alincia is going to fight the Black Knight. I think with her caps, she can't kill him without getting incredibly lucky.
Combos?
None of them matter. None of them matter in this map.
Oh, that's right.
Alright, we'll be back after I do preps.
Cool.
14 minutes into the video and no map yet. Quality content. Okay, so I could undeploy Mia to get some bonus experience, because you get bonus experience based on how many units are undeployed. But I am actually a little bit worried about, I'm a little bit worried about this map, just because...
You might actually need the firepower.
Well, not even firepower, like shove power, basically.
That too.
Holding all of these points together is going to be a problem. Also, here's the sad thing. Longbow plus soldier, 1 rounds Khalil by, like, an overflow of 2 damage. So, it's pretty unfortunate.
This is upsetting. Yeah, I guess it kind of sucks whenever you're strongest. How much does Tanith take from them?
Probably a lot.
Because it's double
It's 2x effectiveness. So, actually probably not that much. What if instead I just have her...
Kill this guy?
Kill this guy. Kill this person. We get to see...
destroy.
I really like the generic Pegasus Knight model.
Yeah. It looks real nice.
Yeah. I like the haircut. Very butch. It feels like the sort of thing that she would have.
Yes,
as well.
It feels like a very Tanith haircut.
Okay, so steel bow, 14 attacks, that'd be 12, 18 attacks, 16, 12 plus 16. Yeah, it does kill Khalil. Unfortunate. But we can have Khalil and Bastion fight them when they come closer this way. And let's see, it goes here. Okay, I think this will be fine. Unfortunately, no 1-2 range on Joffrey.
This sucks.
Couldn't even actually buy javelins this map. This was a hand axe map. In case you're not aware, the armory basically alternates between hand axe and javelin for sale in Path of Radiance. It's not an exact science, but that's basically how it works.
Roughly. Or at least for the first couple maps, that's roughly how it works.
No, not just the first maps, like into the mid game too.
Oh.
Because when I did an Iron Man where I was alternating chapters with Stigurna, and she just never bought hand axes, and so I had to forge generic hand axes to get hand axes. Like I had to constantly spend my forges on hand axes just to get hand axes. It was really sad.
A hand axe.
Yeah. It's kind of like, one time during a draft, I early promoted Riss, and then I spent a forge on a generic light tome, because you couldn't get light tomes early enough, and I wanted him to be able to do combat. Because, like, I put all that work into early promoting him. I put all that bonus experience into early promoting him.
I feel like I remember doing that in another game. Oh, I did that in Radiant Dawn, because I couldn't buy, like, a type of knife that I wanted in the early game. So I was like, oh, but I can just, like, forge a knife that I want.
Yeah, early game Radiant Dawn forged daggers are, like, super useful.
So I could throw Soth at more of my problems.
I mean, he's a good problem solver. He's a very good problem solver.
I remember I got him killed somehow in my first playthrough in, like... Which map was it? It's, like, the map where you have to run away from the prison. Like,
oh yeah, chapter 3?
Yeah. He died. And, like, everyone in the call was like, Jacob, how?
I mean, chapter 3 is arguably the hardest map in the game. And Soth is pretty mortal. On hard mode, Soth is pretty mortal. Like, he is still...
normal.
Oh. Well, you know, it happens. Trying to give you credit, more credit than you deserved.
Yeah. It was my first playthrough, and I think I was just like, oh yeah, I've heard Seth is the easy button. I mean
Seth is the easy button, but also I think that when there's units like Seth and Sigurd who are like gods amongst men, I think that there's kind of the reputation that they can't die when they very much are mortal. Like Seth can fucking die, not in like chapters 1 through 8 or whatever, but like, well, the halberd, if he gets hit by the halberd, which he's not going to, but if he does...
I've seen Marcus die in chapter 18, the indoor one after you get Lynn. I've seen Marcus die like at least a half dozen times in that map. I
got Marcus killed on the Eric map, and he didn't get hit by the Horse Slayer.
Yeah, it's possible. He doesn't one-shot with a hammer.
But he twirly whirlies. Yeah, Largo is a serious downgrade from Titania. But
he's funnier.
He is funnier, yes. And he is Colossus.
Although, which is funnier? Oh, that one actually did one shot. Which is funnier?
Random stats be like.
or Titania rolling the skill over 2% chance to reflect half of 2 back at the opponent.
It's very generous of you to assume that she's taking 2 damage there.
God, how did counter go from like a skill that doesn't actually exist, and then you try to play something like Awakening, where it's like, cool, I died on enemy phase because I hit the enemy.
It's one of the scariest things on Awakening, yeah.
I had this run. I was trying to solo the game with Owain for like a friend, so I could like send a screenshot of like, so I could send screenshots of Owain soloing the game for a birthday present or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do one of the maps, and I just kept skipping enemy faces. I forgot which map it was. It was like, I think it was one of the DLC maps because I wanted to get a certain item on him or something, or a certain skill scroll.
Mm-hmm. One of the like pay to get your units better maps.
Yeah, and I kept skipping enemy phase because that's funny. You can fly over that. I never would have thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, like they just didn't program anything. You don't have a flyer here, yeah.
But I keep skipping the enemy phase and I keep dying. Like, Wayne has 3 times the stats of these guys. Like, what is killing him? And finally, I watched the enemy phase, and it's because he's killing himself on counter warriors.
One of my favorite things about skipping enemy phase is that, in the Arcanea remakes, you skip enemy phase, and you also end up skipping unit death quotes.
Yes.
And so you can just have someone die and not realize it.
I didn't realize that in my first playthroughs, and people would just die, and I wouldn't realize it until like 4 turns later that someone was dead.
Hey, where did Abel go?
Wait a second, where'd he go?
If we... Okay, we can do this, and then potentially have Alencia, because Devdon's gonna come over at the left-hand side, just like Ileana does, and Alencia recruits him, just like Ileana.
And I think
that's so...
Ileana...
God, you're so bad. You're such a fucking bad unit. You're so trash.
This is so upsetting. With the steel... Oh, that is the steel sword.
Yeah, that is the steel sword.
God, I thought that was the iron.
That's what I meant by, like, we should forge a sword for her.
God, wow. She'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just really tragic. Maybe I should have undeployed Mia. I don't know that she's actually going to do anything worthwhile.
The 10 bonus experience, is it 10? 5? How much is it?
It's so little. I think I said 50 at one point in the past, and it's not 50.
Well,
it's on Serenus Forest.
Yeah, I'll just look it up real quick.
I mean, we got nothing better. We're sitting here through Atelius enemy phase, and I'm the mad lad with animations on.
I respect it.
I will probably turn them off at some point during this playthrough.
If you were a real fan, you turn unit walk speed to slow.
No. This is how I get my entire audience to unsubscribe from me.
Or I'm sorry, not slow, normal.
Remember, it's normal.
Let's see. We're on chapter 8, right?
Yes.
Tyrannus Forest says it's 50.
Oh, well, I was correct when I said 50. Oh, I wanted to debate with Khalil for that Armor Knight. That Armor Knight was supposed to attack Khalil.
This is tragic.
This is so tragedy. Does she have Wrath? What?
No.
What are you talking about? Oh, they think they can box in Tanith and she'll just fly over. I mean, she's also going to kill this Armor Knight.
I just like saying that anytime a unit gets to low HP, I just go, it's calculated. We're putting them in Wrath range.
I like when a unit gets a crit immediately after getting knocked to low HP.
Because it's like, look, it's FE4 Wrath.
It is Wrath. It happened.
Not FE7 Wrath. That's a different unit.
I mean, Wrath FE7. What do you think of Wrath FE7? What do you think of one of 3? Cool. What do you think of one of 3 exclusive users of the Brave Bow? How many units can be an exclusive user of the Brave Bow before it's no longer exclusive?
It's still exclusive to Wrath because you're not deploying Luis.
I don't know. Plus defense on Pent is worth a deployment slot sometimes.
He's been.
Like, Pend is a pretty good unit, not
That
gonna
is a
lie.
pretty good unit. Wait, who's the other exclusive Braypo user?
Geats.
Gates. So the question is I thought this was Devdon for a sec. I was like, I thought Ileana doesn't attack.
No, Ileana doesn't attack. It came up in my since abandoned FE9 pacifism, or FE9 yell units run, because I ended up having Ileana one range Ike so that he could be protected from people.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so Ileana was like an all-star on this map, because this map was actually so hard on yellow units only, because it's hard to get people to choke the points, and Ike was not bulky enough to survive. Yes, we did Colossus.
Colossus trigger that doesn't do anything.
What does Colossus do again?
It is a skill percent chance if your con is higher than the target's to multiply your strength by 1.25.
Is talk a free action?
You can still attack after talking in this game, I believe. But you can't move after talking.
Okay.
Also, I think the priest that's healing all those guys has a droppable red gem on him.
Yeah, don't worry, we're going to kill him.
Also, he's like healing people, and that's annoying. Because it's not right whenever the CPU gets to heal themselves.
Yeah, that's our job. But you see, when the CPU heals themselves, it's actually more experience for you. Her magic is going crazy.
It's almost like this is a good unit. Okay,
here's what we'll do. You said we get to do an action afterwards?
After it.
Well, I just wanted to heal Largo.
Look, playable soldier! Who cares?
ROM hack soldier moment. The biggest problem is I think, yeah, his only weapons are effective weapons. It's a little awkward.
Why didn't you select rally with, Elincia? We could have boosted someone's stats.
What? Oh.
You accidentally opened up the order menu.
Yeah, I saw that.
Options. I don't know what you could have rallied, but...
Luck. The best stat.
More despoil triggers.
Is despoil luck in vanilla? I know in ROM hacks it is. Do you drop something? You drop the soldier band.
I get the soldier band.
We need the soldier band.
I think it's luck percent. I know Profiteer's luck percent in Fates.
3 defense. Okay, you go here. And you have the droppable red gem. We'll do this. Stabby, stabby. Stabby, stabby.
Hope. This is so
I
sad.
do appreciate that it's raining in the animations. I think that's pretty cool detail.
Yeah, since it wasn't the cutscene.
Okay, so then I think we get the red gem.
Red gem.
We go here. The thing is, they'll attack Devdon, and then we'll waste effective weapons, but also they're kind of shit effective weapons, but we might waste Devdon by... we might end up wasting Devdon.
Ooh!
What?
Wait, can they reach her?
Well, I mean, if they can, it's fine. One person can attack her.
Okay.
Oh, 2 can. Okay, well, we know you won't kill. So we do this.
I think you were the first person I've ever heard sound even pretendingly afraid of wasting effective weapon uses in FE9.
Do you know how fucking heavy the hammer and Horse Slayer and Poleaxe and shit are?
Oh yeah, the hammer is like 18, I think, and the Poleaxe is like 17 or something. Like, why are they so heavy? And then the Armor Slayer is like 16 or 17. They're so heavy. Like, what are you supposed to do with this?
Well, I think what you do is you hand the Horse Slayer to Joffrey and then have him one-round these calves, or one-shot these calves.
Yeah? I mean... I guess, like, there's no way he one-shots with it, right?
I don't know, maybe. What's its might again?
Oh, here we go. Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion
used
Gaming.
it.
Bastion Gaming. Oh, he dodged tanks!
Avo tanking. Imagine Soren, but good. That's not Bastion, but it's like, he's close to it.
Soren but good is just vanilla Khalil.
God, I tried out the first couple maps of a Maniac playthrough, and I was like, "Wow, Soren's even worse now."
Oh, but if you use the underflow crit glitch, he becomes one of the better units in the game.
Yeah,
Which, like, if you're willing to do that,
if you're willing to do it, I thought that was Vantage because I forgot.
you bitch, you bitch, Lucia, why?
She's going for it.
She's gonna die. She's gonna die.
I'm sorry, Lucia. I must go all in.
God, I'm gonna keep calling her Mia because their performance is similar, even though she's performing better than Mia ever could.
You got strength.
Colossus! It's actually okay. Largo secretly actually has Bane, not Colossus. Oh, the two priests hanging out together. Okay.
Oh
there we go.
Gosh,
Fireball.
So like, I think we did the math, and if you have like capped strength and you trigger Colossus, you get like +6 damage or something.
It's such a cool skill, like from the name, I mean. And it's so garbage.
It just doesn't do anything. Night Killer! I mean, like, what else are we gonna use it on?
He one-rounds with the iron and not the fucking Night Killer. This is so tragic.
It's like a bajillion weight.
Yeah, this is actually so tragic.
Yeah, this thing is so bad.
This is the real reason Dev Dun sucks. At least with the armor effective ones, they have really high defense, and so you can argue that, like, but then you're probably not doubling anyway. Oh, it's so stupid.
Yeah, you're not doubling anymore with them, because I'm gonna look up how much
God,
the
Bastion.
Oh,
Mages
Bastion.
against Armor Knights. Look at this! They have 3 resistance! They're Armor Knights! This is why mages suck so... Like, he's using Elwind, but it has 4 might.
Some of it is Tome Might is just so garbage in this game.
And Tome Might being garbage has the knock-on effect also of they're expensive to forge. Because the lower the might is, the higher the relative stats are when you forge them. So, like, you have a lot of money in Path of Radiance. But...
Is that what it's based off in Path of Radiance?
Yeah. It's based on how relative their stats there, which is why tomes are like so expensive.
Oh, I think or at least I've heard that in FE11 it's based on like the base value of what you're forging.
Yeah. Well, so it takes that into account as well. It's a weird formula, but
interesting.
I don't know what it is fully, but I am like 99% certain it takes into account the how different it is from the starting stats.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense now. Because it is so, like, ridiculous how expensive it is to forge up tomes. And you can only forge the generic tomes, right? You can't forge, like, the L tomes or the A ranks, right?
Oh, we can get that pure water.
We gotta get Holy Watt.
But yeah, you can only forge Fire, Wind, Thunder, and Light.
Society, if you could forge Nos for Riss, and by that I mean like nothing will change.
I don't know. I think Riss is really good.
Oh, I think Riss is awesome.
Like his base stats are incredibly hilariously high.
My guy has 10 magic for some reason.
Well, did you know that his base stats are actually randomly calculated?
Oh?
Yeah, it's weird.
I thought it was something like he's internally, like in the game files, he's like 2 levels lower or something, so it has to auto level him 1 or 2 levels.
Yeah, it auto levels him, but he like has a chance of getting 1 extra magic, I think. I was watching a Toffee LTC talking about it. But for all intents and purposes, 10 is like what most people are going to get.
You know, just in case he couldn't get better.
Remember when I was worried about this map?
Yeah, I think it's going a little bit better than you thought. Oh my gosh, the priest is doing like those priests in FE5 chapter 14 do. Those sly priests.
Are they trying to escape?
They're trying to bait you into range of the reinforcements.
Wait,
That's
what?
always been such... Oh, I don't know if this just always happens to me in every run, or if it's like actual game design, but chapter 14, the Try to Defend map, there's like that initial onslaught that comes up the front gate. It's like the boss, all of his minions, and like 3 priests.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know if this is just me tripping something every single time that causes this to happen, but the priest will start running at some point. Like, they'll just give up on the assault and start running back towards the main boss. But and the idea is you'd like look at them and go, oh, I can insta-capture you and get like your heal stabs off of you or whatever.
Yeah.
But it happens in every playthrough. Those priests, when they're turning the corner to start turning left and run towards the boss, that's when the green Draconite enemies show up at the bottom of the map. So it like the priest baits you to like go down and capture them to steal their stuff, and then oops, now there's a dozen Draconites. Cry about it. And I always feel baited every time I do it.
Fireball.
Use Fireball and only Fireball.
I will say this, Khalil losing her weapon ranks is definitely going to hurt. Because one of the big pieces of Khalil utility is she has ridiculous weapon ranks. Like,
yeah, she can just use every...
C and everything is actually... Or I think it's B and everything. Whatever it is, she has enough for every Siege Tome.
Yeah, because Siege Tomes are only C rank in this game. So she has enough to use every Siege Tome at base. No, we gotta keep renewal on.
Do we do a mage duel? Oh, we can't do a mage duel. He'd die.
We probably want to like whack him with the heal stick for a sec.
Yeah, whack him with the heal stick. You could reinforce here.
I was wondering if you were gonna actually use the forge or not.
She hasn't needed it yet. Like, she's been one-rounding with irons. Well, no, anytime that I don't use an overkill weapon, people are like, well, you're hoarding it. It's like, no, it's not hoarding. If you don't need it, don't use it. Like, if she's one-rounding with irons, I might as well use the irons because they're less valuable.
I just wanted to say
that's one of my pet peeves, is people will get really upset for when you don't use the super powerful tools if the weaker tools suffice. And I'm just like, that's not what this means.
Hello, we are overcorrecting now.
Like, do not use the silver lance to kill priests, thank you. This has been a PSA.
One shot? But one shots look cool.
And yet, the same people will get mad when I use the Levin sword, when I use 2 uses of the Levin sword in Milkman Go Comedy.
Because you might need it later.
Oh, spin to win, spin to win, spin to win.
We love this man. I'm so happy we get to use Largo for like the entire game now.
Yeah, I don't know if I will use Largo the whole game. The Night Killer, this is the benefit of having the animations on. You get the goofy ass, like, look at how fucking goofy this weapon looks.
It's a giant jousting lance.
So you want to know what is kind of fun?
Uh-huh.
Next map, we are getting our first Lagoos. And Lagoos and Bjork are reversed separately. And so we're going to get 2 of the Royals. We don't get them next map, but they're yellow. We'll see which ones it is. Mage duel! Mage
duel! Did you see how much damage he took from that?
How much did he take?
He didn't take any!
Mage duel! Mage duel! Mage duel!
This is basically just one of those, like, magic duels where they just like point their wands at each other and it just like doesn't do anything.
It's like an Avatar because it's a kids show and people can't die. So whenever there's duels between the benders, they like just wound each other.
They just blast each other.
God, the Regal Sword is such an awful weapon.
This is so sad. Poke. But it's effective against mounted units and an armor knight.
Did you see how well she did against mounted units with it earlier?
I did. She was like 3-hit KOing with it.
Granted, like she has a... Actually, does she have less strength than Ike would have? Because Ike's strength is not very good in Path of Radiance. 7 is probably a little bit... Well, she's level 3.
I was gonna say, that sounds lower.
She's level 3, but she's level 3 promoted.
Yeah.
Did I use the speed wings? I never used the speed wings.
Yeah. We just have them on her just in case.
I was going to use them, but I just never had a chance other than turn 1 where I forgot.
Oopsies.
Whoopsie doodles.
I was hoping she would add it.
That would have been funny.
Because it would have mattered.
Yeah, it would have actually mattered in this scenario. Does killing the boss end this map?
I don't remember.
It is the Night Killer, and he's a knight.
I guess we have to do it.
But what if we need it later?
Poke. Sick dodge. Look, we're gonna kill the knight with the Night Killer.
Well, so I could also use Reinforce, though, is the thing.
No. But Night Killer? Are we really gonna use the Night Killer later?
100% accurate. 90% accurate needs to hit twice.
Oh.
I want this guy dead because I don't want Khalil to face him.
Fair.
Like, if it weren't for the fact that it's 100% accurate, I would have used the Night Killer because it would have been funny.
Jeffrey
But
level.
the trade strat is impressive, and it is technically optimal because of, accuracy moment.
He's so strong.
You get the Soldier Band.
Because that'll matter.
So then this soldier is going to fight you. Lucia, you've done your job. Devdon, you've done your job.
I think everyone here has pretty much done their jobs.
Yeah, you can bait this guy, and then we can kill with Alencia. And you can kill this guy.
It's a good thing we got the Soldier Band. Now we can equip it to get 5% HP and 5% defense growth.
We have to give it to Devdon because he's Romhack Soldier. Oh! Spin to win! Spin to win! I love the spin. I love this spin so much.
I love that none of these crits have mattered, but they're still funny.
Look, it matters because the animation is cool.
Yes. At the end of the day, that's what's important.
That is the most important thing. Here we go! I like how Devdon is just a generic red soldier.
Yeah.
This actually kind of makes me want to use him, despite the fact that he's, like, design-wise awful.
Whoosh. Fireball.
Ripperoni and Pepperoni generic soldier. That's actually... Oh, wait, are we the bad guys? Because our generic soldier has red armor?
Oh, that's true. Oh, she got defense!
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. This is a band-aid on a broken...
What was that? Wait, what was... Oh. Hello!
You didn't do that before, where it just doesn't scroll the screen to show reinforcements. The game just kind of gives up for a sec.
Okay, we need to kill you, first off. And you said I wouldn't use the Night Killer later. You said I wouldn't use the Night Killer later.
But I meant later chapters, but you got me. Oh, we can trade it onto 10 at the night, kill the other one.
We could do that.
Because that'll matter.
Or we could use it to kill the soldiers.
Right, but it's not called the Soldier Killer.
Well, I have a feeling those soldiers are imposters.
Which is why you never give the Night Ward to Nephany, because it's called the Night Ward.
Oh, I forgot it does actually work on soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see how Nephany is in this, because, so, spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched the Radiant Dawn Reverse Recruitment, it turns out in Reverse Recruitment, Nephany is actually kind of cracked. She replaces Ranulf,
Ooh.
and so she's forced, and her stats are just, she's just auto-leveled to the point where her stats are kind of jacked, so we insta-promoted her, and she was super useful.
Woo! Big dub for Nephany fans.
So the weapon level went up and it made the happy sound and he wasn't grayed out yet, and I've been playing a ROM hack that has movement stars, and so I got the Bastion movement star!
Movement star!
But no, he does not have movement stars. As stupid as movement stars are, and like as unbalanced of a mechanic as they are, I do think that they are a cool way to make like unit with good stats versus unit with worse stats but movement stars.
I think they're really funny. I don't think I want to see them again in a mainline game because IS is not going to know how to handle them.
No, they'll just be like, they'll be like, hey, we designed this unit, it's Kagetsu, but 7 movement stars.
Yeah, like IS won't have any clue what they're going to do with their movement stars. So I don't want to see them in mainline games anymore, but they sure are funny. Oh no, he took damage.
Damn, he's no longer the Braum archetype.
This is so sad.
Okay, he got defense though. Strength and defense.
Like 3 levels in a row.
God, he's so cool.
I think I remember we looked up and he just has higher growth than Oscar.
Yeah. Every single one of our units is just like better than the archetypal unit they're replacing. In like every way.
It almost feels like that weird thing where for some reason units like Seth get really high growths, and my only question of why they did it is, oh, he has fewer levels to go, so we gotta make sure we give him like the best growth rates.
I do think in theory high growths on a unit that gets lower experience could work out, but I think that the GBA experience formula is not harsh enough on pre-promotes for what they intended to happen. Like, I think the intent was just Seth doesn't get level ups that often, so the ones he does get are impactful. But because of the way that boss experience works, yeah, we'll just night kill this mage.
You can just give him the boss EXP and he gets like 40 EXP per kill.
Someone is seething that I am using this effective weapon. And that someone is me as a teenager having time traveled. I would be so mad at myself right now.
Why are you using the night killer on a mage? You gotta save it for paladins and stuff.
It's not optimal!
The only effective weapons in this game I ever find myself getting use out of is like the Largo Slayer. I'll sometimes get some use out of.
God, this is actually awful.
But I just never get use out of effective weapons in this game. I think the only time I got really good use out of the what was it? The Armor Slayer was whenever I soloed the game with Mist, and I just needed the extra damage output of an Armor Slayer to like 3-hit KO armors. So that is the only
dies. So I have to. She dies, so I have to only enemy phase them.
This is so sad.
Because she dies to 6 plus 8 plus 8. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 6.
Wait,
oh no, she lives 22, right?
Yes. Yeah, 6 twice is 12.
No. I gotta attack this guy if I want to kill anyone. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 6 is 22, so she does live. Yeah. Okay, so she'll get a kill here, and then she'll get chip. Because the kill experience is what I wanted. Like, otherwise there's not really a point attacking for extra chip on the 6 one. And then she'll kill him on enemy phase.
Strength!
Okay. She got strength and speed. This is a good unit now. Her bulk is what needs work, though. And unfortunately, she didn't get anything to help with that. Yeah. Do any of you...
I also like that you've been using the hammer on like soldiers, mages, and priests this entire map.
I used the hammer on Armor Knights. I only used the hammer on a priest once, and it was so I would have it equipped on enemy phase. You can go back and look.
Oh, I thought I saw you using it on other people just because, like, you're never going to use the hammer past this point.
Maybe it was, like, equipped. Do you remember in our Path of Radiance 0% growth run when I tried to kill that boss with the hammer with Titania, and then she didn't double because the hammer's, like, 20 weight? And that was when we realized effective weapons suck ass.
Yeah, that is, like, burned into my memory. I thought... Was it that she just couldn't double? Was that it?
Oh! Yo!
I think that strength point mattered.
Well, the crit is what mattered, but yeah.
But
it was an exact kill with the strength point, too. Weapon level!
Oh, nice! Everything went up.
Hello.
Oh no, enemies. Well,
I think I'm gonna skip this cutscene so that we get surprised by what Lagoos show up next.
Oh, true. I like that idea.
So if you want to see what Lagoos show up next, make sure you ring that bell so you'll get notified as soon as the next episode goes up. And subscribe to Jacob too while you're at it, because Jacob makes really cool content.
I'd appreciate that.
Toodles poodles.
Bye-bye.